Okay, so we've also been looking at present simple and past simple. And I've done this many, many times. If you go back and look through my Facebook videos, you'll see loads of these videos. But of course, every single one is different because there are different people every time. So I'm really happy to keep teaching this so we can get it. We use present simple when we're talking about facts, information, and information about ourselves, and really, most importantly, habits. You'll see that occasionally it pops up. Here's a habit every day. But habits is one we've used a lot. We use the past simple just for things that have finished in the past. That's it. So look at the different way we structure questions. It's always questions I like to look at. When we look at a question in the present simple or the past simple, using any verb of the language, we need to, for short questions, to use an auxiliary verb do in the right tense, then the subject, then the main verb. It doesn't matter if it's present simple or past simple. The only difference here is if it's present simple, we're using do you or does he. In the past simple, we're using did you or did he. But whichever one you use, the main verb is always the same. It's always present simple first person. When do you speak? When does he speak? It doesn't matter. Did you go? Did he go? It doesn't matter. So it's really important that we get that auxiliary verb right and we make sure we get the main verb right. There are some of you who have been teaching for a little while who still make a lot of mistakes in the past simple. Long questions, question word, auxiliary verb do, when whatever tense is right, subject and the main verb. So here's an example in the past simple, here's an example in the present simple. These are the rules for present simple and past simple for all verbs except the verb to be. The verb to be is different. So the verb to be doesn't have an auxiliary verb. There's only one verb. It's the main verb and it's always the same verb, the verb to be. It might be is or am or are in the present simple or was and were in the past simple, but it's always going to be one of those. Are you a woman? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Just the main verb to be and the subject. When you extend the question, we use a question word, but just with the main verb and the subject. Here are some examples. How tall are you? I am 5'10". And of course, when you make it negative, you just add the word not. It's much easier than this, where we have to say, I speak English, I don't speak English. He speaks English, he doesn't speak English. We really have to, in the present and past simple with all verbs, we have to do a lot of work around these auxiliary verbs. They're not as easy as this, basically. I don't want to use the word difficult. I don't like that word. But yes, we need, is it do or don't? Is it does or doesn't? Is it did or didn't? Is it a question? Is it a negative? Is it a positive? And remember, when we use positive sentences, we don't use the auxiliary verb do at all. They only come in short questions, long questions, and negative sentences. I don't speak English, he doesn't speak English. I didn't write emails to my friend, he didn't write to my friend. Whatever. Remember, whenever you use the auxiliary verb, whether it's a question or a negative, the main verb is always present simple first person, always infinitive. And over here it's different. For the negatives, we just add the word not to every sentence. It's much easier. And that's about all I've got to teach you today. Well done, you did all this work, so well done.